Without remembering God's name, one would lose the game of life, even though one may have a grand mansion and a beautiful wife. This was precisely the case with Vijaypal, whose name has been changed. He was the only son of a rich father. His father rose from a humble beginning to become a rich industrialist through sheer hard work. Vijaypal, as a child, got whatever he wanted because his dad could afford the luxurious things in life. A good school and college, with plenty of pocket money, and a good car to go around. He did not have to struggle at all for any requirement in life. He had plenty of friends, many of whom were girls, as he could throw his money around. What his father failed to give him was the knowledge of religious scriptures for a noble conduct of life, which are called sanskara in India. As time went by, Vijaypal had become a spoiled brat of his parents. In order to put him on the right path, his dad got him married to a very beautiful girl from a well-to-do family. Soon, Vijaypal was a bit contained and became somewhat domesticated. He even started assisting his father in his business work and began going to his dad's factory. In the next 5 years, he was blessed with 2 beautiful sons, and everything was going well for the family. So, at this stage, Vijaypal had a huge bungalow to live in, a swanky car, a well-established business empire created by his father, and a very beautiful wife with 2 kids. However, the element of sanskara, or religious beliefs for noble life conduct, was missing. Let us see how the game of life was now to be played by Vijaypal. It was at this point that another woman entered his life. Nina was a beautiful girl of 24 years who belonged to a poor family, and her father married her off to a boy when she was only 20 years of age. Nina's husband was employed as a clerk in a private company, which happened to belong to Vijaypal's dad. Nina too found a job as an accountant in the same company as her husband. Nina and her husband lived in a small rented flat and could barely make ends meet. Vijaypal's dad was now not keeping good health, and he instructed his son to look after his business entities full-time. It was here that Vijaypal met Nina and fell for her at the first sight. He would call her to his office cabin on some pretext or the other, and slowly Nina also got attracted to him. Vijaypal showered costly gifts on Nina, who was otherwise from a poor family, and thus over a period of time, these two started having intimate physical relations. Vijaypal had to work hard to hide this affair from his wife, and as a precautionary measure purchased a flat for Nina, where he would meet her. Seeing Nina's behavior, her husband left her and shifted to another city. Now these two lovebirds had a free time. This game was now turning ugly, with some employee of the company telling the secret to Vijaypal's wife. As soon as Vijaypal's wife found out the truth, she raised a big hue and cry with her parents and also the parents of her husband. Vijaypal's wife and mother met Nina and warned her to mend her ways and leave Vijaypal alone. In the meanwhile, Vijaypal started pressurizing his wife to divorce him so that he could marry Nina. Eventually, the family pressure and strong influence of the family prevailed, and Nina had to leave the company and the flat given to her by Vijaypal. She temporarily moved to another place. The family thought that the episode was over and heaved a sigh of relief. A couple of months passed peacefully, and the things appeared near normal. One day, Vijaypal had gone to his office and had taken both his sons, aged 9 and 6, with him. Suddenly, at about 5 p.m., the police informed him to come to his home. On reaching his home, it was found that his wife, mother, and another lady from the neighborhood were lying in a pool of blood in the living room of the bungalow. They had been shot dead from a close range, and all were dead. Soon his old father also came home, and the place was swarmed by the cops. A pall of gloom had descended on the house. Since none of the valuables were missing, it could not be a case of robbery. The local police registered a case and started investigations. The local police just took 3 days to crack the case with the arrest of Nina. Soon the police arrested Vijaypal, and the entire locality was shocked to learn about it. What transpired, leading to the death of 3 ladies, was indeed startling. It is said by learned people that having eye on others' wife and wealth amounts to eating poison with catastrophic results. Police, after checking out the cellular phone call details, found out that Vijaypal and Nina had spoken a number of times 2 to 3 days before the incident. Police then apprehended Nina from a nearby town and interrogated her. She revealed that Vijaypal was in constant touch with her even after she left the company and the town, and they were secretly meeting each other. Both of them planned to get rid of Vijaypal's wife and make it look like a robbery. Once this was achieved, these two would get married. For killing his wife, these two took help of the hired killers. On the fateful day, Vijaypal took his sons along to his office so that they do not remain in the house. He also briefed the hired killers about the details and timings for the job and suggested the time of 4 p.m. when his mother usually goes out for an evening walk and his wife would be alone in the house. But as luck would have it, that particular day, a lady from the neighborhood came to visit his wife at about 3:45 p.m. and her mother had cancelled her evening walk since they were chatting together. So at that point in time, Vijaypal's wife, his mother, and this lady from the neighborhood were available in the house. The hired killers came on the pretext of repairing a landline telephone and went inside, where they found 3 ladies instead of 1. They obviously panicked and shot all of them, lest some witness is alive to tell the tale. They even forgot to plant evidence of robbery and fled the scene in panic. Thus, the entire exercise turned into a catastrophic incident. With this type of crime, Vijaypal is likely to languish in jail for a long time, and his sons, having lost their mother, would find it very difficult to face the cruel world and grow up to be good men. Vijaypal's old and sick father's plight is going to be miserable. Just for the lust of another woman, an entire family has been destroyed. What kind of a burden this man would have on his soul, who is responsible for the killing of his own mother and wife? Are such lustful liaisons which bring about the destruction of an entire family any good? I leave it to the judgment of the readers. Indeed, without the spiritual guidance and sanskaras, a life is a waste. Please subscribe to our channel to view real-life stories.